Thank you for tuning into my weekly video update. I want to start by acknowledging some outstanding police work that led to the arrest of a man here in Montgomery County that may have been planning an attack on Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh at his home. I want to thank the Montgomery County Police Department and the FBI for their work. While they understand the immense divisions in this nation, we cannot accept this kind of behavior or even the threat of it to solve those divisions. Violence in any form is not going to be tolerated in Montgomery County. This week's COVID numbers show a decline in new case rates. We are once again below 300 cases per 100,000 residents, a more than 20% drop from last week. The hospitalization rate has also decreased slightly, and the CDC community level status remains at medium. The BA2 strains continue to make up about 90% of our new cases reported in the region. However, the BA4 and BA5 strains now account for about 10% of new cases, a significant jump over the last 2 weeks. The threat of new variants only emphasizes the need for people to continue to take safety measures seriously, like cleaning your hands frequently, wearing a mask in crowded indoor spaces, and on public transportation. And your vaccination status matters. Our unvaccinated COVID rates are 4 times higher than those who are vaccinated. And if you are vaccinated, you need to be boosted. The efficacy of these vaccines wanes, and even if you caught COVID before, you could still catch it again. I know people who have already had that experience. And through all of this, long COVID remains a real thing. COVID can have both long-term and short-term health impacts that can be serious. According to an April report from the Journal of Infectious Diseases, 49% of COVID survivors reported persistent symptoms 4 months after diagnosis. We want to remain vigilant and serious about COVID in this county, and we want to continue to remind you to follow the guidance and best practices that we know work to help keep you and your family safe this summer. FEMA assistance has been critical to our community safety efforts, but these funds are expiring and expected to run out at the end of the month. We're calling on the federal government to extend this assistance past June 30th. FEMA has been helping states and counties throughout the country financially since the beginning of the pandemic, allowing us to easily set up clinics, test for COVID, and keep Montgomery County safe. We urge the federal government for an extension, especially with a new round of vaccine clinics anticipated for children younger than 5, and the potential threat of another surge with BA4 and BA5 variants looming. It is premature to cut off these funds at this time. We're still not out of the woods yet on COVID. I'm proud to share the names of 9 people who we hope will comprise the county's first Police Accountability Board. A review panel that has been administered by Dr. Stoddard reviewed close to 60 applicants we received for board positions, and the following people are being recommended for consideration by the County Council. They are Bishop Paul Walker as chair of the board. He's also a member of Montgomery County Human Rights Hall of Fame. Alicia Hudson, Kenneth Kellner, Dr. George Uberis, Rudy Logan, Catherine Manning, Alvin Gregg McCrae, Thomas Williams Jr., and Christopher Zatratz. We selected fair-minded people that we believe will follow procedural justice. We believe these individuals will bring increased accountability, transparency, and oversight to the police department and their work, and will improve both the community's relationship with police officers and public safety throughout Montgomery County. These individuals reflect the diversity of backgrounds, cultures, and community engagement experience. We are hopeful that they can help address the kind of issues that will be brought before them when the actions of police officers need to be questioned and analyzed. In accordance with state law, this Police Accountability Board needs to be in place by July 1st, 2022. The County Council will confirm nominations by June 28th, 2022. I want to thank these 9 individuals for their willingness to serve on this board. I also want to send my appreciation to Dr. Stoddard, the review panel for their equitable selection process, and I'm grateful to the legislative efforts, partnership, and cooperation of our state delegation and county council members for their work to implement this board. We've launched Pride Month in Montgomery County earlier this week, and I was part of a flag-raising ceremony here in Rockville, led by Montgomery County Council Vice President Evan Glass. I thought Council Member Katz said it best at that ceremony. He said, "In Montgomery County, we just don't celebrate a Pride Month, but we live a Pride life every day." Montgomery County strives to be a safe space for our LGBTQ+ residents, a place where these individuals do not and will not have to live in fear. For us to serve this community best, we must listen to their concerns. That's one of the reasons that Montgomery County LGBTQ Liaison and Advisory Board have launched a new online survey. The goal is to gather information on a range of issues tied to health and wellness. We believe the survey is the first of its kind, and the questionnaire is meant to identify and ultimately address unforeseen barriers faced by the LGBTQ community. The survey will be open through mid-July and available in several different languages, including English and Spanish. The idea is to be as broad as possible and use the information gathered to help inform the work of advocates and potentially our county resources and services. We're also making a concerted effort to reach out through MCPS to make sure teenagers who identify as LGBTQ+ participate, as well as because we know from anecdotal evidence that their needs can differ from those of adults. Advocacy groups plan on using events like this during the upcoming Pride in the Plaza Festival in downtown Silver Spring on June 26th to promote this effort. I encourage anyone in our LGBTQ+ community to please take this survey and help us serve you better. The Taste of Wheaton is back this Sunday after a 2-year hiatus. You can expect a full day of food, music, and activities for all ages. A beer garden, dance floor, and rides will all be available. It runs from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. at Miriam Fryer Plaza in downtown Wheaton. Some of the participating restaurants include Frank's Burger Place, Green Plate Catering, Hollywood East Cafe, Los Cubanos, Methi Indian Restaurant, and many more. Bring your appetite for quite a cultural diversity of culinary delights. Thank you for giving me the time to update you on what's going on in our office and around Montgomery County, and have a great week.